Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High Yah. He is worthy to be praised, and give honor and praise to our soon coming King, Yahushua HaMashiach. The King is coming. Hallelujah. He's coming. And so as we wait his arrival, we have to prepare for his return. So I hope you are preparing. That you're not just getting caught up with what's going on, and you are not internalizing, looking within yourself and seeing if you are ready for the return of the rule and reign of Yahushua HaMashiach, who's coming back as a judge. Hallelujah. So my office is a good distance from the sea, but I'm sitting in front of the sea. I took this route because I wanted to stop and have a car talk as a follow-up to what I shared in the last video, because I'm still in my spirit feeling very concerned about us as women and what we have been dealing with on our relationships. And I know that it's not the Father's will for us, but because we have not been taught. I was not told. I didn't know. I am learning a lot because I am now before the Father, and I'm questioning things. I'm looking at and I'm questioning, and He's answering. And when I look at the relationships in general, and I'm now that I'm studying the Torah, and you know what's so amazing, when I was in my marriage, I remember when I left, and in 2010, 2011, when the Ruach was told me to learn and follow the way of the Hebrew. I remember prior to that, when I would say to him about my marriage and talking with him, he was saying to me, you were not married according to the law. And it's like, what law? Because I didn't understand, what law are you talking about? He said, your husband didn't take you according to the law. I was like, what? You see, because a man is supposed to love. When a man marry a woman, that means that he love her. No other reason. This is the woman I love, you know? But we have truly been destroyed for the lack of knowledge. That we were not told. And I know I was not told, but I want to, before I jump there, why I am doing this. Yesterday, I recorded that on Monday. I uploaded it yesterday. And I got a video when I got to the office. And I checked my phone. I got a video that was sent to me by a brother of an incident that would have taken place here on New Providence in the Bahamas Monday afternoon, I believe. But the video was such where a man was beating a woman in the street, beating her. And at the time that I watched it, I didn't realize she had a baby in her hand. And I'm watching that. I was like, why are people, there were a few persons there, but I realized now they may have been children who were doing at him. But he beat her down, and then I saw a grown person came and took some. I didn't realize then, but when I went and watched it again, because my sister said to me she was holding a baby, and I said I didn't see a baby. But when I went and watched it again, he took the baby from her, but he left her on the ground. And I was like, why they can't help the woman out the road? Why are they leaving the woman on the road like that? And while I'm there watching and saying this, the man he had pulled off in his car, turned around, and he hit that woman while she was still on the road, hit her. And I said, and I watched this, and I was like, Father, have mercy on me. What is this? I mean, he went to roll over her like she was nothing. I don't know the nature of the relationship. A video, when I send it to my sister, she sent me, because apparently this was something that was being discussed on Facebook. I don't go on Facebook like that. I would post things to Facebook, but in terms of strolling and stuff, I don't. So she showed me a video, a picture of a man and a woman with 3 children, and the woman had a baby in her hand. And I said to her, is this them? And she said, yes. And I was like, wow. And as I said, then I said, I just did that video talking about how your man is supposed to love you. And now this, And so I'm like, women, we really have to look at our relationships and the environment we're in, the message that we're standing, the standard that we have set for ourselves, you know. And we got to decide what it is that you deserve. And that's what I came to say to you. What do you deserve? Yes, I was driving, I was thinking about this, and I was like, Father, what should I even say? What will I call this video? And so I want to ask you, women, what is it that you deserve? Because see, that is the place that I came to in my marriage. You understand me? I got married at 22. This year would have made, November 1st this year would have made 24 years I was married. And I got married totally ignorant. I was 22. My now ex-husband was 30. And based on my understanding, I thought he loved me. No one never told me what love from a man looks like, how it's supposed, or how a man is supposed to treat you. I didn't grow up with a dad. I grew up with my mom, and my mom used to tell us, man conscience don't have no, a man cock, she used to say, don't have no conscience. You understand? That's all she basically used to say. But in terms of saying, this is how a man is supposed to treat you, this is how how he should handle you, these are the things a man should do for you. I never heard that. No one ever told me. But she explained to us, a man don't want this, and a man want this, and he want that. So the focus was always on what it is that we are supposed to do for a man. But there is not enough conversation, discussions about how a man is supposed to treat a woman and what he's supposed to do with a woman. And so we get married. I got married ignorantly. I got married with the knowledge that I am supposed to be this woman to this man. I'm supposed to cook. I'm supposed to clean, take care of his house. I'm supposed to respect him, revere him. I'm supposed to submit. And in the Christian church, you hear that a lot. But I didn't hear the message on how he is supposed to in turn treat me. Not even in turn. First. Because he's supposed to set the standard, the foundation, based on what the Ruach said to me of love in the relationship. He set the standard. He set the foundation. He's building a house. And his house, his foundation should be laid with love. You understand? And so I didn't get that. And I remember when I got married at 22, excited, I respected my then husband. I know I said in the video I didn't respect him. When I married him, I respected him. But after I got married, very early in the marriage, because I respected him. And let me tell you something about me. I don't focus too much on, quote unquote, the word love in terms of people saying, I love you, I love you. That was never my thing with a man. My focus was always on you showing me that you love me. And I always maintain that I have to respect you. I have to respect you as a man. I knew that much. You understand? And so I got married. I thought he loved me. You know, there were little things that I realized the Ruach was showing me, but I didn't understand because I focused on the big, what we call the big picture. My husband was a Christian man. He was highly respected. Everybody thought of me, saw him as a Christian. He was kind. And, you know, so he didn't drink and go out partying. He was not a womanizer and all that stuff. And the man I was with prior to him was a womanizer. But the man I was with prior to my ex-husband was very affectionate. You understand me? Very affectionate. He had his woman issue, but he was very affectionate to me. You understand? Showed me that affection and was concerned about my well-being and my needs and everything else. I didn't get that from my ex-husband, which was puzzling to me because I'm thinking that my husband is a Christian man. The man before my ex-husband was his mother told me not to marry him because she was praying for him to be saved. You understand? But when it comes to treating me in certain regard as a woman, he did that. Now, he had many other women, and that's what I didn't like, and that's why she had told me not to marry him. And we're not saying that ain't important, that is. But when I married my husband, I expected more from him than I would have gotten from the man who was quote unquote not saved, and I got nothing. The day we got married, I went home dressed in my wedding dress, still dressed in my wedding dress, and my now ex-husband said to me, I'm surprised you came to the church. And when he said that to me, I am a sensitive woman. I went in high alert. You know, they have code red and code orange. When they was doing the terrorist thing, they had these different codes for alert, but whichever one was the highest one of that color, that was me. I look at him, I said, why? We plan to get married, we agreed to get married. This is what we wanted. Didn't you want to marry me? Why would you be surprised that I showed up? But that was for me, listen to me, that was like, for me right then, I wanted to run because I felt like I did something wrong. I felt like I did something wrong. And I realized later that I did. I did something wrong. Because in his mind, for whatever reason, me marrying him said to him that I didn't love myself. And so he began to treat me like a woman who didn't love herself. You know, when we were together dating, we didn't date for a very long time. I think we dated for like over a year before we got married. For a year over, little over a year. But he always said to me how I treated him good. And I would say to him, I'm not treating you more, you know, I'm not treating you to say it's very special or trying to prove nothing to you. I'm treating you the way I want to be treated. I believe in being kind to people. If you come to my home, I can offer you something to eat. You understand me? But he saw that as me, like to him, it was like, oh, you love me so very much and all that stuff. And I always said to him, no, I'm treating you the way I want to be treated. But the thing for me, I should have looked at his actions towards me and how he was treated. And I must say, and I always say to people, while we dated, he was very attentive. If I needed him, he was there, which is why I agreed to marry him. You understand me? But after we got married, and when he said that to me, then the shackle, the everything, the sheep clothing came off, and he showed me the wolf that he was. And before I began to see all of that, that moment I wanted to leave. I wanted to leave because I felt like I'd done something wrong. And within 3 months of us being together, I asked him for a divorce. I wanted to divorce. And, you know, but being a Christian, you know, he said to me, divorce is not an option for us because we're Christian. I was like, what? And I got that throughout the Christianity thing, the assembly, the church I was a part of. Oh, God ain't divorce, and God this, and pray and fast and thing. And so the women, the older women, zoomed in on me. Oh, you gotta do this, and you gotta do that, and do this for him. And you gotta have sex. You ain't gonna hear nothing if you don't have sex. And so my thing was, love. Is it important that he doesn't love me? That I, you know, how he treat me, how he take care of me, how do you expect me, you know? And throughout our marriage, he showed me that he did not love me. You understand? And I tried, I did everything, I did everything I was advised to do. But he showed me that and you know what troubled me, what really hurt me. When we first got married, we were married for a year, and I got new furniture. I bought the new furniture, bedroom set for us. Because for me, it was about us. So I didn't mind spending my money on us, even though he wanted me to give him all my money. I spent it on us. And so I would wash and clean, put the clothes, you know, fold up his clothes. I did that. I didn't have a problem doing it. I had a problem that he didn't want to assist me, but I did it. And one day I went to put up his underclothes, and in his drawer was this letter written on the legal size yellow paper. And I opened it, and it was a letter from a woman that he had a relationship with. This was the woman he loved. Now let me tell you what is so interesting about that I later realized. He put the letter there. He wanted me to see it. And I read it, and I went to him about it. Asked who she is, and that's a woman I wasn't with in college. And I said, so why do you have it? Why do you still have it? It wasn't a new letter. He wanted, because maybe later on he would want to contact her. I shared that with a friend, and the friend said, oh, you should move that. And I said, no, I'm not going to take the letter out, because you see, if that's the woman in his heart, I can move the letter, but I can't move her from his heart. That's what I said to my friend. But later on in our marriage, when things got really bad for me, because it got bad for me, my mental state, my health, everything got bad. I remember in 2005, he had a big black garbage bag. And he always said for me not to bother with that bag. And so one day I just went and looked at the bag. And when he came home that evening, He opened the door. I'm sitting on the couch. I could see him. And he walked straight to the bag. And he looked over the bag. Must be to see if I looked at it. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, hold on. What's with this bag? So the next day, wait for him to go to work very early. I went in the bag. When I opened the bag, it was his life with this woman that he was in love with. This man brought this bag into our marriage. Into when we got married, he brought it into our apartment. When we moved from that apartment to a new apartment, he brought it, and now we are in our own place, our own house. This bag, he bought the bag. So he was traveling with this because this was valuable to him. Whatever was in that was important to him, and I saw it. Love letters, pictures of them on these trips and in the snow, because they lived together when they were in college and in New York, and went on these different trips and laughing and stuff like that. I read some of the letters that she wrote to him of their intimacy together, and she is now a writer, author. And so her writing, before I even knew what she did, reading the letters, I said, this woman could write. Very descriptive, like she painted a picture of their times together. And I said, and I was hurt. Because I'd spent now, 7 years with this man, trying my best to be a wife to him, to please him. But he's toting around a bag that was represented the woman he loved, the memories that he held on. And I called the woman, the prayer partner I had, the older woman, and I said to her what I found, and she went into rage. That's why he can't love you. That's why he can't treat you good. Because I wanted to divorce him. You understand me? In 2000, I set out to leave the marriage, and they were like, oh no, God is this, and you pray and pray and pray. And this is why I'm saying, what do you deserve? Because you see, I should have decided that I deserve better, that this was not what I deserve. This treatment was not deserved. You saying to me that he could be a good husband to me, and what he was showing me was something completely contrary. You understand what I'm saying? And so, what do you deserve? People can look on the outside and say, oh, well, this is that, but you in it. I was in it. And I should have said no. I shouldn't have gone. I should not have went through all the things I went through, but because I did not decide what I deserve, what treatment I deserve, how this man's supposed to treat me. You understand? And even after that, I did not leave. I wanted to, didn't have the money, wasn't working. I ended up having my son. You understand? One lady came, and she had a vision of me having a nervous breakdown and all this stuff, and I told her, what you're saying is true, but I'm done. She came, a minister in the church, and she took away the bag and whatever the case may be, because he must have told her about it and whatever. She had a counseling session with him and all this stuff, and she said she performed exorcism on him and cast out the spirits. But it was said to me, ain't so. But anyway, I ended up having my son. But after my son born, that was it, which would have been 10 years. Because I said I finally got to the place where I decided I deserve better. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be with a man who loved me. Who loved me. You understand me? One of the most painful things that I experienced in my marriage was when I found a little sticky. And on the sticky was the words, do I love my wife? And I said, wow, for him to be asking himself this, or I don't know if someone was asking him, but I later found out that the pastor that we were then a part of was saying that to him. And one night I overheard the conversation, I think, when I had went to him about the divorce, and he called the pastor. And he was talking to the pastor, and he was saying, and they do this, and they do this, and da-da-da. And I heard the pastor shouting at him, love! Love! You're supposed to love. And I was like, wow. Because I always ask, and I mention, why did you marry me? Why did you marry me? Why did you marry me? But he never could have said to me, because I love you. And to hear the pastor on the phone and saying to him, love, love. I was hurt because I said, you married me knowing you did not love me. And then you were mean and cruel to me. You acted as if I had to keep doing so much different things for you to love me. You understand? And so that's why I'm to the place where I realize if a man don't love you, he don't love you. There's nothing you can do to make him love you. And that is what we have done. We try to make a man love us. And say, I don't know the situation with the woman who were beating the road. You understand me? But you have to look in your relationship even now, what you're dealing with, and decide, is this what I deserve? What do I deserve? What do I deserve? Is this treatment? I deserve this treatment? Do I deserve to be with a man who is going to be shouting at me and hitting me and don't want to provide for me, don't want anything good for me, can't say a kind word for me, don't want to be supportive of me? You understand me? Don't want to give me anything, who can put other women in the front of me, who can always compare me with other women, who act as if nothing I do for him is good, who don't esteem me about all the other women. Is that what you deserve? You deserve to have a man cheating on you, going out there and not hiding that he intimate with other women. What do you deserve, sisters? We gotta decide what we deserve. The Father intended us to be loved. We deserve love. That's what we deserve. But we got to know what we deserve. And we got to demand that. Set that standard. This is how I deserve to be treated. You understand me? I was angry for a very long time, and I had to come to the place where I had to stop being angry with my ex-husband, stop being angry with the people who encouraged me to stay. I took responsibility. I had to. Because I said, I should have said, I deserve better. I don't deserve this. And I should have left like I wanted to. You understand me? I should have left. Even though they were thinking, because they were only on the outside looking at his outward, when he go among people, how he behaved. But I was living in the house with him. I saw how he treated me. I later saw how he interacted with our children. You understand me? And when you have to take children to counseling because they don't want to talk to their dad, and when you have your children coming to you and saying, Mommy, it's time for us to go. Time for us to leave. That's how I got my divorce. My children came to me in 2012 and told me, Mommy, we can't stay no more. Time for you to leave. Time for us to go. Granted, I was waiting for them because I was no longer living with him. We were living in the same house in separate rooms. I had already stopped sharing his bed from my son born. After my son born, that was it. 10 years. But I was waiting for my children I didn't want to take them through the divorce process of having to go to him and spend weekends and months and stuff like that. So I was waiting, So when they came to me and they saw the situation, and they said, Mommy, it's time to go. That's when I knew, okay, they're ready, they understand. But women, we have to decide what it is that we deserve. And you got to know that you deserve to be loved. You deserve to be cherished. You deserve affection and tenderness and kindness. You understand? You deserve a man that sees you as that you're the apple of his eye, that he could have a woman come and do whatever. But you're the woman that he loves. And he's not going to hurt you. I remember being in a service. And I think they were talking about relationship, and it was a senior pastor. And he was saying how, I remember him getting experience with his wife. And he was dealing with something. And that day she came to him and he was very irritated. And he shouted at her. And he remembered that she looked so surprised because he had never spoken to her that way. And she walked away. She didn't say anything. She just walked away. And he felt so bad. And when he went and looked for her, he met her sitting down, crying silently. The tears was running down her face. And he was so hurt that he had hurt her. And he was like, how dare I hurt Mama? And I said in that church, and this was like in 2009, and I remembered, and I said that I was like, wow. He was so remorseful that he hurt his wife, that he hurt his woman. And I remember sitting in that church, and when I hear men expressing their love and affection towards their woman, it used to make me cry. It literally used to make me cry. because I knew I was not getting that. And that's why when I see other women who have their man and they doing this and doing that and doing the next for them and they acting all like, oh, and I'm like, what do you want? What do you want? Do you want a man who's going to look at you with scorn like I used to have? A man who's going to take you out and don't remember your name? My ex-husband never used to remember my name. You want a man who's going to come home in the house and meet your niece on the couch? And I was out of the line and I heard him say, oh, we're Tingham. And I froze and I was like, who's Tingham? And my niece woke up and said, who's Tingham? And I said, after 11 years of marriage, this man's still not remembering my name. 11 years and 2 children. Is that what you women want? You understand? What do you deserve? What do you deserve? We deserve to be treated gentle with gentleness and kindness and love and affection. You know, care. You know, as much simple as changing my car tire. My husband wouldn't do that. I had to learn to change my car tire. You understand? So that's why I said that I didn't respect him. I lost respect for him because of what he showed me. He made me feel as if me marrying him said, listen, you stupid. You stupid. If you can marry me, you stupid. You understand me? You staying in a relationship with a man beating on you and cursing at you, saying something about you. It says that you don't value yourself. You understand? And that's why he continued to do it. We teach people how to treat us. And if you stand in this situation where you are being devalued and not appreciated, you're saying to him, it is okay. You can still be intimate with a man that just beat you or beat you a couple of days before. You're saying to him, it is okay. I don't love myself. I deserve to be beaten. Listen to me. I can't say that on YouTube, I don't think. But let me say this much. Anyway, I ain't gonna say that. Listen. I got to the place where I told my ex-husband, I didn't mind who you sleep with, as long as it wasn't me and my 2 children. You understand? I said to him, you're a man. You deserve to have a woman in your bed. Go do you. But it's not going to be me. My divorce was granted in 2016. My last sexual experience with my ex-husband was in 2008. I drew the line. You understand? And when I went to him that night, I went telling him, buddy, this is what it is. Don't touch me. I came to you. I basically was saying to him, I can use you right now. That was it. Honestly. I have no about being with a man because intimacy was not something we did. That's why I say to people and they just laugh at me. I know when both my children conceive because we could live together for 3, 6, a year would go and he and I would not be intimate. I deserve a man who desire me sexually, who want to be with me, who can see me and you could be in the house with me and don't want to touch me, don't want to talk to me. No, I don't deserve that. That's emotional abuse. That's sexual abuse. You understand me? And when you do it, it's like I could feel in your touch. You understand me? So that's why I'm used to bother. You don't truly love me. I don't need you touching me because I can feel that. I'm sensitive. I could feel it. And the times that we did, I used to feel guilty. You know? And I stopped feeling guilty. You understand? Until you decide you deserve to have a man that enjoy your intimacy with you and is passionate about you. Listen, I deserve that. Now, I saying you, I deserve that. And that's the place where I am. I deserve to be with a man who loves me, who's passionate about me, who wants to be with me. You understand me? I don't deserve it, you know. I heard one lady, a senior lady, say back in the day, you know, don't just tell me you love me when you get there. You know, when you reach that climax and you love a cat. If the cat gave you that feeling. No. Love me every day. Let me see that. Let me feel that in your touch. Let me see that in your actions. And so that's why I am comfortable waiting, sisters. It ain't that ain't no man, you know. I came to a place this year. I make up my mind. I'm gonna wait. you can prove to me that you love me. You understand me? Reading your Bible and quoting your scripture and your erection don't mean nothing to me. Prove to me you love me. Show me. Let me see it in your actions. You can prove to me you love me. Oh, I good. And see, the good thing about it is I good now being by myself. Because I decided I ain't settling for nothing less than how I know I deserve to be treated. I'm settling for nothing less. So I don't care what you think, how you feel, or you think you are. Yeah. Yes. Because you see, I can be loyal to you. I can be faithful to you. I can do what you need as a woman. I can be that to you. And so why should, if I'm giving you my best, why should I get your least? Why should I not get your best? Why don't I deserve your love? Why can't you love me if I'm doing all these things for you and I'm showing you the value that I have on you as a man? You don't think I deserve the same to reciprocate it to me? No, I deserve that. And that is the standard I have set for Hadassah. I deserve to be loved. And you can love me if you can be with me, if you can enjoy my body, sweetie. I promise you, I can know that you love me. And you know what gave me comfort now? It gives me comfort knowing you ain't getting no pleasure from me. I don't mind how you think I been or whatever. You won't get, you do what you like. You won't get no pleasure from my body. And you ain't showing me that you love me. You understand? That ain't gonna work. And that gives me comfort. Someone sent me a video with one man saying how you over a certain age and you talking about being celibate, you need to give it away. I said, but I'm sorry for the sisters who feel that because they're a certain age now, they need to give their vagina away. Mine can stay here on lock. You understand me? I ain't off that view. I don't have to give you my vagina. You're not entitled to my vagina and you don't love me. You're not entitled to my body and you don't love me. So I said to him, I'm sorry for the sisters who feel that way, but I just ain't one of them. You can love me. You understand? And I can know that you love me. I can be with like the other two sisters who can say to me, I know he loved me, because that sister put him through they married now. She put him through it. And he proved, because he felt like she was his purpose. He was supposed to be with her. And he stuck in there with her. And let me tell you something, that brother, if he got $1, he used to give her 50 cents. You understand me? Because as far as he was concerned, this is the woman I'm supposed to be with. I'm supposed to take care of you. I'm supposed to cover you. You understand? And that sister, she was a widow and she had already been through an abusive marriage. And so her thing was, you can prove that to me. But it's okay, that's Hadassah right now. And I ain't losing nothing. I ain't struggling. I ain't trying to pay no bill. I good. So I'm a good place. And I thank the Father for bringing me to the understanding. You understand me? That I deserve a man who loves me. And sisters, what I want for me, I want for you. You deserve a man who loves you. But you have to know what you deserve. What do you deserve, sisters? Shalom.